Wish opens flat,
Oof.
flop. This
Dead
this
on
is
arrival.
this is complete DOA. 31 million domestic, 17 million global for a whopping 49 million worldwide.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for another Disney flop. 49 million worldwide over Thanksgiving weekend.
Look at this. This is, you know what? Bravo, Disney. From what I hear, this movie is a complete gobbledygook of stuff. It's as if they didn't know what they wanted to do with it.
You know what they're trying to do with this movie, right? They're trying to tie all the Disney animated movies together. So, like the Wish.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that. Did they mention anything from the 80s or Treasure Planet? Because I'm betting they don't.
I don't know on that front, but that's one of the reasons that I think a lot of people are flat out rejecting it, is because you're trying to take all these Disney movies that are beloved, right? And now you're trying to tie them all together because multiverse is everywhere now.
Yeah. Well, this is Disney. It's all they got. Multiverse is all they got.
It is all they have
across all their brands. It's all they got, and they're just going to run with it. They're going to run with it. Run it right into the ground. Look, we need to know that the GOAT is the founder of Zootopia. That's what I've heard.
I've heard that as well. It's like they were trying to connect every movie into a cinematic universe, just like you're saying, and it's retarded. And it changes a lot of those old movies as well, like making the King, the Snow White's mirror, the mirror on the wall.
Yep.
That isn't with the canon of that movie. Mm-hmm.
You know, so you took a cute little star, right? Almost like semi kind of like retarded, like just real slow. Like it's kind of like a cute little thing, and then you're like, oh my God, this becomes the wishing star, and you're like, wait, what? Like that makes no sense.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
This is. Could Disney get any lower in terms of failure? Is Disney animation?
Yeah, because again, we still have Agatha, we still have Echo.
Well, that's the MCU. I mean, this is pure Disney, though.
I mean, yeah. So taking the Disney animated movies and literally turning them into a giant pile of shit is a height that I wasn't sure we'd ever see, and this is huge, right? Because the Disney animated stuff is where families have always wanted to take their kids to see these movies. This is something that has almost been foolproof. They've managed to kill that.
Disney animation was the pinnacle of Western animated filmmaking for decades.
Yeah,
it's what everybody aspired to be. It's what they wanted to work for. If they were an animator in Western entertainment, it's where you wanted to go. And this is where you are. A girl and her goat creating a multiverse in this weird attempt to try and blend CGI 3D animation with 2D. Garbage.
Yeah, I don't.
Complete garbage.
I don't know who thought this was a great idea.
Somebody who's an idiot.
Well, the thing is, this is the 100th year anniversary movie, and it's about as honorary to the anniversary and about as climatic of a conclusion to all this as the Doctor Who 60th anniversary. It was mismanaged by some of the same people too, I'm sure, with Disney. They just don't know how to do hype. They don't know how to interact with fans. They don't know how to make things for fans, and this is what they think anniversary people want, is just connect everything, make everything connected. So
no,
we want good stories.
And I think the only decent thing they've done with the 100th anniversary was that animated short that they released a couple of weeks ago, featuring all the animated characters in the Disney animated studio. I think that was probably the only decent thing that they actually did.
Yeah, but it didn't move the needle. People said, "Oh, that's nice," and then we didn't go see your movie. We didn't go buy your merch.
It just felt like a slap in the face, really.
How much Wish merch do you think they've churned out?
That answer is none.
I haven't seen any.
Sit there and rot.
I've not seen any.
I mean, I didn't look yesterday when I was out, but I bet whatever out there, they have no path to victory with their animation. I've talked about this for a couple weeks now. This is a failure of creativity. It's a failure of knowing what people want, but they're not going to learn any lesson because we know where they're going. Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 already working on that. Again,
they've got nothing.
They got nothing.
They've
Toy Story
got
5.
Nothing.
This is what they're churning out.
I have a question. What was the point of this film? The idea that the fairy godmother is really some Native American broad? Like, what are we doing? Like, what? like, I really would love to be in the writer's room just for an hour, just to hear everybody throw this diarrhea on the wall and to watch it slide down. I would pay an unspeakable amount of money just to sit there and listen to these idiots. Who's sitting there saying, hey, you know what would be a great idea? All right, there's a goat. All right. And that goat creates Zootopia. Hold on. Wasn't Zootopia supposed to be an alternate where there are no humans? Ooh, good point. Well, just forget it. Like what are we doing? Like, stop. Just stop everything. Do nothing. Literally doing nothing on this 100th anniversary would have been better. It would have been better to just do nothing. Or here we go for 100th anniversary. Just re-release some Blu-rays of joint.
Well, they released this giant 100th anniversary box thing that everybody is way overpriced and has a lot of shit nobody wants in it. That's what they did.
I mean, think about it, Adam. If it was the 100th anniversary of Disney, wouldn't you release an anniversary collection of all your greatest animated films?
Yeah.
With background commentary on ultra HD 4K discs or something fun, or a collector's item, something glorious to back when Disney was worth its salt. Why the heck would I make a movie that will literally besmirch the 100 years of hard work that at one point was done? That's lunacy. Just to have another bomb to add to all the other 12 bombs they've had this year. Like, Jesus Christ. Like who is in the writer's room? I would love to just sit there and who's green lighting? I would love to just be in the room.
Find it.
Just put me in a room. That would be glorious. But it's just a complete and utter waste. They've once again proven that there's no more magic in Disney. I got a whole DVD collection of when Disney was magical, and those days are freaking done.
Same here. I've also got, I did have VHS tapes as well. I've got Blu-rays. Some of the better ones and ones I really liked, I have gotten on Blu-ray, such as Fantasia, which I was watching just the other day. Still holds up. And all that was done in oil pastel.
It did.
Absolutely brilliant.
Second start of the ride. And straight on till morning.
In a time where you need all the money you get to just go back to Disney, they're not going to make anything because they're not going to learn their lesson because, they're still telling their investors our social agenda will take priority over profits. Yeah. Disney Grooming Syndicate's annual SEC report tried to bury its foundational problems in the word salad of all word salads. Thankfully, that Park Place saw right through it. The key takeaway from the report is that Disney is, as required by law in these filings, is warning investors that its social goals are more important than profits.
Well, of course they are, because quite frankly, they're being funded in other ways.
Yeah.
And that includes our taxpayer dollars, right? We talked about this, I believe, last week, where I said one of the reasons that Disney can pump out failure after failure is for one, the parks are helping to subsidize that. Now, of course, that's starting to slip.
It's decreasing.
It's starting to slip. But also at the same time, your tax dollars here in the United States have been used to bail out Hollywood more than once, and they did it during the lockdowns. Yep. They bailed Hollywood out. They decided really not to really bail the theaters out that much, but they bailed Hollywood out for all these weirdos who basically hate your guts. So congratulations to the federal government for not letting Hollywood go the way that it should, and certain studios go bye-bye. So it's as long as there are government officials who agree with this nonsense, they're going to continue to try to fund this, and they're going to use your tax dollars to do so. So in a sense, it is a little bit kind of like what the BBC is doing with Doctor Who. It may not be directly funded in, but bailing them out when things go bad is just nonsensical.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to read this in giant wall of text here of that, but it basically tells them, the investors, we're not going to worry about making you money because it's important that we be diverse and that we be inclusive to people and that we groom your kids.
At least they're being honest. They've been hiding this for years. Now with them taking the mask off a little bit, more people can see how crazy they really are.
I mean,
Just vindicating, if nothing else.
what is this? That's not Star Wars. That's not Mickey Mouse.
No, and it's forcing it on a child who, quite frankly, doesn't know any better, and in my opinion, is borderline child abuse.
Oh, it is. It is, and that's why parents need to be aware. That's why we make these videos, do these streams, because normie parents, they're just trying to get by. They don't have time to dig into all this garbage and know that a company that has stood for wholesome, family-friendly entertainment for 100 years, or at least let's say 90 years, hadn't been for 10 years now, is not wholesome or family-friendly anymore. Slow down, Adam. They're out to drive home the point of, yes, it's okay to abuse your child with telling them they can be any gender they want. Go ahead.
I remember a time when there would be a Disney movie announced, whether it was Marvel or I was very excited when I heard that Star Wars was coming back. Right.
You've learned your lesson, though. You've learned your lesson.
Yeah. I learned, and I even struggled too. As somebody who watched The Last Jedi, I left that movie going, I think I liked it, and this was a friend too. A friend and I went and saw this. Right. We were super fucking hungover from a Christmas our company Christmas party the night before. We got up and went and saw The Last Jedi. Right. Very excited, and we left there going, I think that was pretty good, right? You liked it? I'm like, yeah, I liked it. And both of us sounded very unsure. And as time went on, we're like, I don't think I really liked it that much. It's like, it was delayed reaction. And I remember when Disney was making my favorite stuff. And now I can barely stomach it. I can barely finish watching half of these shows that we talked about because
I've got a tolerance. Because all I see is I channel my hatred into making a good review or making a good video on this, because it get to my point from a moment ago. Somebody has to tell these people, the normies, what's going on. And when they come across our videos, the upper tiers of the fellowship, our sphere, all those videos that everybody makes up there, when they come across our videos and see our genuine, authentic, emotional reaction, where we're talking from our hearts, we're not using terminology to confuse them. We're not using terminology to look smart or anything. We're talking right to them, looking them right in the camera and saying, this is what's wrong. Here is the evidence. Here are the facts, the receipts you cannot ignore. When they see that, they usually come to our side because they'll go, wow, I can feel the normalcy coming from this individual who's been making this video, as opposed to a shill or on a video or a tweet or anything like that, where it's instantaneous obvious that they are full of shit, that they're pandering, they're propagandizing. And a lot of these channels, a lot of these accounts are propaganda machines, just spitting out one bad take after another, coated in proper terminology, proper coded words, so they appeal and satisfy their woke base that they need to bend the knee to for reasons that we don't know, because that woke base doesn't move the needle on anything, as
And
opposed to us who are just, hey, we're telling you the truth. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at theranernerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there, who knows, at @TheRenNerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.